The next workout is our handstand push-up workout that we're going to do. So it is a 10-minute AMRAP. You're all doing the same 10-minute workout, as many rounds and reps as possible in that 10 minutes. You're going to do RX and Masters. Are going to do 6 handstand push-ups every round, and then you're going to do either overhead dumbbell squats or goblet squats. Depends on the division. RX is going to do overhead. Masters and Scale are going to do goblet. And that goes up by 1 rep every round. So starting with 6 in the first round, 7 in the second round, 8 in the third round, etc. And then you'll move on. Everyone, all divisions, 12-calorie row, men and women both. So the handstands or the hand release push-ups and the row are always the same. That dumbbell is what's gonna add a rep every round. So we'll get into the movements next. So we're getting staged to start the workout. We're gonna start with you standing behind your rower by the fan. All athletes will start touching the fan, and then 3, 2, 1, go, you'll move over to the wall. If you're doing RX, you're doing regular handstand push-ups. Kipping or strict is allowed. So when you do your handstand push-up, make sure when you do your kick-up, it's only your feet that touch the wall. Your butt cannot touch the wall at the top portion of it. For the full range of motion, we want to see your head touch the ground, and then we want to see full elbow extension at the top. Head goes through the shoulders. The only other thing we do here in our gym, so make sure you pay attention to that specifically if you don't do it at yours, is both feet have to be on the plywood and the plywood only. You can't go super wide out onto the sheetrock. So regardless of what happens, that would be a no rep because the feet have to stay on the plywood. For the strict to be allowed, kipping, you will have some mats there just so you have a little cushion for your head. There's no standard on how wide you move your hands though, on or off. The mats is up to you. We're just looking for that full lockout at the top, head to touch the bottom, the ground at the bottom, and then the feet stay on the wall. For Masters, same range of motion. We're just allowed to use an ab mat. The head would touch the ab mat instead, but still full lockout at the top, kipping or strict, heels got to stay on the wall. If you get to lockout and your feet are drifting away, they're no longer touching the wall, that would be a no rep. If you kip into a headstand and then do a press out, that doesn't count. That's just you getting ready to then start. Yeah, so that would be her first rep right there. Handstand push-up for RX and Masters. Get rid of the ab mat. Scaled is doing hand release push-up. We just want to see the bottom of your feet touching the wall, and then you would start at the top of the rep. So she has to start full extension. We're looking for the shoulders to be stacked over the wrists, and then at the bottom, chest touches, hands come off the ground just a little bit. There's no amount of distance. Just get them off the ground. Hands go back to the ground, full extension at the top. Those thighs got to be off the ground as well. You can't just do like a worm push-up. So you get to 6, and then you'll move on. Got to get the legs up off the ground as well. So 6 for everybody, moving over to the next movement. After you finish your handstand push-up or your hand release push-up, the next movement is going to be with the dumbbell. RX is going to do dumbbell overhead squats. So you got to get the dumbbell overhead anyhow, clean and jerk, snatch, whatever you want. We're looking for that dumbbell to be stacked over the shoulder. And then don't care about the elbow extension, but the dumbbell has to be above your head. It can't be at or below the top of your head. So it's just got to be above. And then what I'm looking at is at the top, the hips and knees are full extended. And then the hips got to go below the crease of the hip goes below the top of the knee for the bottom of the squat. Same as like the back squat standard. We just want to make sure that you have control. Little bit of a tight space. So if you're wobbly, you got to stay in your area. Once you start drifting out of your area, the judge is going to call you back. Dumbbell overhead squats. You can switch hands as needed. If you want to squat snatch your first rep, that would be allowed as long as you meet the standards. Get below at the full extension at the top. For everyone else, Masters and Scaled, it's a goblet squat. So the dumbbell is going to be vertical, straight up and down. Hold it by the handle or by the top, either way, but you will hold it straight up and down like this, not sideways. Below your chin, and then squat. Squat depth, we've just talked about it. We want to make sure you go through full extension. You can squat clean your first rep, that would be allowed. Yeah. And just as a reminder, you're going to add 1 rep per round, every round on that. You cannot drop your dumbbell. Yeah, you will have to redo that rep if you drop your dumbbell. After you finish your dumbbell movement, you move over to the row. It's 12 calories for everyone. So your row will already be set up. It'll be on 0. What you do with your feet is up to you, whether you strap them in or not. On the row, we're just going to sit here and watch you get to 12. If you pull hard at 11 and it's going to roll over to 12, that's fine, but you have to stay seated. You can stow the handle in the cradle, you can pull your feet out, but you got to keep your butt in the seat. When it says 12, you can get up and move back for your next round. It will be reset for you as you come on to your next round. And you would get partial reps if, let's say, you're not finishing the round. As you get to that time cap, you're still on the rower. Those calories would count, and we'll give you the rollover cal as well. So if you're done rowing at the cap and then it rolls to another rep, you'll get that rep as well.